Facebook Live. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. It's a lot easier for me to answer this question by video. Plus, this is a really good question. So I'm gonna try to answer. Shamar, can you do me a favor and tag Patrice so since she asked the question, I would love for her to hear the answer. So for those of you guys who don't know, who missed my post earlier from the inbox question, which the inbox question came from last night's radio show during the Hot Topic. So, and the question that started this in the Hot Topic was, let me let this window up, is there, all right, the question was, sorry, it asked ladies and men what they would do if a person told them they wanted to date them, but also wanted to date other people. And so part of the dialogue last night was that we needed to meet people based on friendship, or to establish a friendship before we move into that type of relationship. And I believe that if we started with the friendship phase or friendship level of relationship building, then we wouldn't have to worry about or get to the point where we want to date 4 and 5 people at the same time. Hey, what's up, Dewan Walker, man? Happy birthday. So that's the genesis of that question. Then somebody asked me, sent me an inbox and said, why should we build a friendship first? And I put up a post about that this morning. And then Patrice asked a phenomenal question about the difference between platonic friendships and friendships for dating, because she made the statement that for her, and a lot of people and several people agreed with her, that it's very difficult for her once she sees a man as a quote unquote brother, to move into a romantic type relationship, which is definitely understandable. And so my response to that, like I just said, is a lot of typing, and I'd rather just say it. So that's how we get to this video. All right. So my response to that is that if it's if we do it correctly, then all friendships start out as the introduction to the other person, meaning we don't really even know if they are automatically friend zoned or if they are not. The reason in most instances that we do usually take somebody and go, I could date them or I can't date them, typically is solely based upon physical attraction, which you might not hear a lot of people say this, especially in the Christian circle, but I believe that physical attraction is an important attraction to have. So I think, again, when you remove, again, the whole whether or not we going to move towards dating, I think you just say, listen, I just want to get to know you as a person. Now, the other thing that does is it sets an expectation or removes certain expectations, which is what I was trying to get to last night, meaning there is no expectation of exclusivity in a friendship, unless you're in high school and you think you can't be friends with nobody else, which is immature. But it's just simply, I want to get to know who you are. I don't want to get to know who your representative is. I just want to know you. I like you. You seem like a cool person, and I just want to get to know you. That's it. There is no dating. We're not dating. We're not having sex. We're not doing, physical, intimate things. But what it does is, if it's done properly, if it's done thoroughly, there can be a level of intimacy that is built that would say this is more than just a friendship. And that develops really, I won't say naturally, but almost naturally, if that is. So to answer Patrice's question, the difference is you don't go into it with the expectation of whether or not I'm going to friend zone this person or I'm going to possibly date this person, but you go into it with the expectation of, I just want to know them. I think they're a good person. I think this is somebody, this is somebody who, I like their character. I like their integrity. I like the way that they live their life. This is somebody who on a regular friendship basis, I can see myself partnering with. So you guys have heard that statement that I can tell the trajectory of your life based upon your 5 closest friends. It's that you see something in them that is attractive and you want to walk through life with them as a friend, not to date them. Again, it's just strictly as a friend. Now, the second part of so again, it removes the expectation of anything but friendship. Period. Again, no sex, no dating, no can I date other people. All of that's not even a part of the discussion yet. That part is developed after there has been, significant time. I can't say, what time it is, but or how much time. But after that time has been spent, and then both of you realize that, okay, I believe this is something that we should take to the next phase. And again, I don't discount physical attraction. So please don't. I'm never going to condone or tell somebody they should be with somebody who they don't find physically attractive. I think that's a trap and a lie. So if anybody, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe that the Lord requires us to be with somebody who we don't find physically attractive and say, oh, I love them because they have beautiful spirits. Yeah, okay. Shamar, but can people say, oh, he is handsome or she is gorgeous, but there's not but there's not. Yes, you can. I think, yeah. And even if you do think that so even if there is just because there's a romantic attraction, doesn't mean you have to be in a romantic relationship. I think part of the issue is that we allow, and so romantic attraction often is really nothing more than a lust. Is lusting after the person. So, they fine, and I move into lust. So now I have to move beyond that and move into, does this, again, finding out other questions. And I used the story last night about how I had met a woman who I thought is a great woman. She's good people, very attractive, all of that kind of stuff. But once we started talking, we met, great phone conversations, everything. But then the moment we got to talking about, like, number one, I'm in ministry. Number two, where our spiritual beliefs are, because she is a believer, but we have different beliefs and different understandings. And so once I'm a pastor, she doesn't want to be with somebody who's in ministry. Once we got to that point, it was like, oh, so this really isn't moving beyond that. Like, we're just friends, and we're cool with that because, again, we've established a good friendship. We're, able to be honest with each other. We're able to communicate on a pretty solid level based on the friendship. We're able to not have to, again, show the representative. We're not trying to put on airs for one another, but we're just being completely honest and transparent about who we are and where we are. And from that, able to say, no, this isn't going to be beneficial for us, and we're just going to remain friends. And we still are friends, and it's cool like that. It's great. But there's nothing more. And there's never anything, it doesn't have to go beyond that. That's where I struggle, because when I friend zone those men, I can't move them from there to anywhere else. Well, and I understand that. But again, a lot of that has to do with, who they are. And again, and about your mentality, because you have to, if you go into it automatically seeing somebody and putting them into a category, then what you do is you could potentially miss out on the opportunity to get to know somebody beyond the realm of how you physically see them and how you initially come into contact with them. Because that's another part of it, is oftentimes when we come into contact with somebody in a specific context, that's how we we think we know them based upon that specific context. So what do I mean? So if you see somebody in their, their best outfit because they're going to work, their best, you see somebody who's suited and booted and they're in there. Now I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Sorry, for those of you guys know, I am by trade a banker. And so when I am in work mode, when I am in, banker mode, and I am wearing my suit and my tie, got my briefcase, I'm doing all of that kind of stuff, then I am what I call banker. I'm business Winfred. I'm in that mindset. And if you meet me in that context, then what happens is you make a assessment of who I am based upon that context alone, not realizing that, and typically what it is okay, you're dressed well, you look nice, you smell nice, you present well, you talk well, et cetera, which are all a part of who I am. And that's the part you fall for. But then when you see the other side, the side that, that sometimes I'm not the most clean person at home, that all them nice suits that you see me wearing, I don't always hang up when I come home, and sometimes they sit on the back of my chair in my, in my bedroom for a couple of days. Or, when you see those things that are maybe not so put together, or if I panned in the backseat of my car right now and you saw all the stuff that's on the backseat, you're like, oh my God. So when you see that you make this like, okay, I assume who he is based upon where I met him. And because that I like that person, instead of saying, let me get to know all of who he is or all of who she is. And then again, and that's what the purpose of friendship is. The purpose is, listen, can we do you like all of that stuff? Can you see all of that stuff? Because even in dating, you don't show all of that stuff. Before you go pick up somebody, before I go pick up a woman, I'm going to clean my car because I want her to see the best representative of who I can be, and not that before she got in, there's French fries on my floor because my son threw them there. So that's what friendship does. It removes a lot of that from you, and so you don't have to worry about it. So yeah, I hope I answered that question. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, friendship. Friendship is important. Pastor Charles Martin, he said something. He said that, and this is another part of it that I'm thinking through now, is that that the foundation of friendship, or one of the tenets of a good friendship, is your ability to have fun together. And by that, what he means is, again, it's just, can you be who you are with that person? Can you just hang out with that person? Can you, just play video games or watch whatever you want, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and, things that are not, structured hard, but they're just things that friends do. Can you do that together? Or are you not able to connect on that level? And that's, again, there's no sex involved. There's no, it's just, we like each other. We enjoy each other. And so because we enjoy each other, we have fun. This person makes me feel good. Then there's a possibility to go to the next level. So friendship is important, guys. It is extremely important. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to say this, and if she ever watches this, I hope she'll probably agree with you. So you guys know that I am divorced. And one of the things that I think that myself and my ex-wife did a really good job of is because we were friends before we got married. When whatever happened in our divorce happened, it's easier, not easy, but easier for us to maintain a good relationship or a good co-parenting relationship because we established a healthy friendship before we ever became anything else. And so again, even in that vein, friendship is important. Again, I didn't do the best job during marriage. And so when divorce happened, of course, we went through a very difficult period where I couldn't say we were the best towards one another, or I'll speak for myself that I wasn't the best towards her. But even then, you maintain the fact that at the root, I know who she is and she knows who I am. We've seen the best and the worst in each other, but ultimately, because we know each other's heart, we still have a much easier job than much easier relationship than most people in co-parenting. So again, in every step, in every stage of life, it's really beneficial, or every stage of relationships, it's really beneficial to develop friendships. And people I've like dated, or couples that I've seen date that break up that don't establish good friendships, those are typically the ones that afterwards stay angry and bitter longer, because again, you really just never got to know the person at a deep of a deeper level than that you should have. So, what is it? In real friendships, the character trait of honor is very valuable in processing adversity. A friend loves at all times, and a brother's born in time. Exactly. So, yep, there's a level of honor. There's a level of trust. There's a level of integrity that is placed on friendship. So, all right, y'all, that's all I got. Make sure you hit the share button. If you didn't, hey, Fingers, how you doing? If you guys didn't, if you missed any of this, watch it from the beginning. Share it. Again, we're gonna get it right, y'all. We're gonna get it right. We have for a long time perverted relationships and made them transactional and not about connection and about purpose and about what we can give to one another. And so we're gonna get it right, though. I can promise you. We're gonna keep chugging at it until we get it all the way right. So again, if you missed the beginning of this, go back, watch it, hit the share button, and then put your comments. If y'all don't follow Daryl O'Neal, by the way, y'all need to. He is one of the best voices in the world, and I don't say that often, in the world, especially in the area of relationships. So if you don't follow Daryl O'Neal, you need to do that as well. So, all right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good rest of your day.